Today we're going to mess around a little bit and see if we can make booze, this is some vodka, taste like Tootsie Rolls. And the first thing I'm going to do is put both of them into that little still and distill it to see what happens. How's it going, chasers? I hope you're having a kick-ass week. I'm Jesse, this is Still It. We're back with another episode of Meme Spirits. Meme Spirits has almost gotten a little bit serious lately, so we thought we'd take it back to more what it started out as. Throw some candy into the still, see what happens, see if we can get some of that Tootsie Roll flavor coming through the still. I have a sneaky suspicion that this might be one of those ones where it's better just to dissolve Tootsie Rolls into the booze. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Let's get going. Let's get started with 500 mils of vodka. That is at 50% ABV, and it is the silky vodka I made a little while ago. And now, I guess I need to shell, husk, de-paper a whole buttload of Tootsie Rolls. I'll be honest with you, team, I don't know if I've actually ever had a Tootsie Roll up until this. I thought I had, but it didn't quite taste the way I remembered it tasting. This is a pretty classic, famous isn't the right word, kind of popular, more old school American candy. And to me, I'm gonna say kind of like a malty, almost chocolatey Jersey caramel is the vibe I get from them. Lovers and haters of the Tootsie Roll, I'm sure are going to come at me in the comments for misrepresenting what they think it is, but I'm interested to hear what you think it tastes like, because it's kind of a weird flavor. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me shell like 100 of these damn things, but while I'm doing this, the still's heating up. I'm going to get it to about 50, probably 45 degrees Celsius. That's this in freedom units. The idea is just to kind of dissolve it, get it into suspension, get the flavors working through the alcohol. So when we distill it, we've got the best chance of getting the flavor to come through. So I'll come back to you when both of those things are ready. All right, 40C, that's close enough. And I have exactly this many Tootsie's Rolls. I'm just gonna add these in and see how thick it's looking. These are actually quite tacky and sticky, funnily enough. I mean, it's basically consistency of like caramel, so that doesn't surprise me. I'm actually going to stop there. And I'm slightly concerned that we may actually find the limit of the little air still's capacity to not scorch. I guess we'll find out. All right, make sure it's turned off. Leave it alone. I'll come back in about an hour. Leaving the Tootsie Rolls to dissolve. Oh, wow. We just had, that is a puke. So, shocker, I was about to tell you we had first strips, but we just had a puke on the still, which is kind of crazy for a tiny little charge in a still like this. So apparently Tootsie Rolls are super frothy. So I guess the plan is I need to let this settle down a little bit, cool down a little bit, and then we'll drop a tiny little knob of butter in there and see if that fixes things, shall we? I'm back with a tiny bit of butter. I'm gonna whip this lid off real quick. We're losing a bit of vapor, but that's not a giant deal. Get that back on ASAP. And I guess we just turn this back on and hope for the best. So for those of you that don't know, a puke is just literally when a bunch of foam builds up in the still. The level of the foam gets higher and higher and higher until the foam itself forces itself through the still and out into our collection jar. So distillation isn't happening, it's just, you know, forcing the liquid that's in here into our glass. So not ideal, obviously. The idea is the butter will change the surface tension of the liquid, make the bubbles pop more frequently or easier so they don't build up so much. If this doesn't work, I might have to get a little creative and jerry-rig something up to power control this bad boy, which honestly I've never had to do on the air still before, but there's always a first time for everything. I guess we'll see. We have drips again, no boil over or puke yet, which is good, but I'm thinking I'm not gonna be happy about this for about 5 minutes. I also haven't changed the jar out because generally on these kind of runs, I take a little bit off the top. It's generally a bit funky and doesn't taste that great. Although, to be honest, I don't have to worry about the spirit itself because the vodka has already had really solid cuts made on it. And Tootsie Rolls, I don't actually see there being any issues up top. Yeah, well, that actually tastes very Tootsie Roll-esque already. So you know what? I'm gonna switch over. Get this out of the way, into a fresh glass. And now we stand around and hope it doesn't puke. We're a few minutes into the run. I'm starting to feel much better about the potential puking situation here. And I'll be honest with you, I'm very surprised at the amount of flavor that's coming over already. The flavors that are in the Tootsie Roll, because they're kind of that deeper, darker, caramel, chocolate, malty kind of flavors, I assumed that they would come over much nearer the end of the run. I mean, I crammed so much of the freaking things in here. I guess maybe that has something to do with it. But I'm not ashamed to admit that I kind of internally guessed this completely incorrectly, which once again goes to prove that although I am just messing around with random candy, whoops, and a still, you can still learn something from these kind of things, which is, you know, always interesting. That is very Tootsie Roll-ish. Interestingly enough, we've already kind of gone past the cocoa, Jersey caramel kind of flavors. And now it's starting to taste more like kind of the filler in Tootsie Roll. What would it be? It's kind of, powdery is the wrong word. It's the texture of Tootsie Roll without a whole lot of the flavor, which is bizarre because obviously it's a flavor. What would it be? Sugar, corn syrup are the first two ingredients, funnily enough. Palm oil, condensed skim milk. Palm oil and skim milk. I think it's sitting in that realm somewhere. What else have we got in here though? Cocoa, whey, and a bunch of artificial flavors. Yeah, it does kind of taste like powder milk, but more like powdered condensed milk, I guess. And really, really, whoa, that's new. What's going on here? Really, really dark, almost coffee-like caramel. Wow. You know what? This might be beginning to scorch in the pot. That might be burnt sugar flavor. It's borderline. If it gets any worse, I think it is scorched sugar. I've never had a scorch in this pot, so maybe Tootsie Rolls have finally broken the air still. I guess we'll just run it out and see. But actually, you know what? Let's do this just in case it gets a whole lot worse. We've skipped about 5 minutes into the future. That borderline burnt sugar flavor has passed. So maybe we've gotten away with it. I don't know. I'm gonna be very interested to see the bottom of the pot when this is done. And now we're getting into definitely the darker, sort of grungier flavors. Right now, it tastes like unsweetened cocoa, just kind of like mixing cocoa powder into water, which is pretty bonkers to see all the different flavors, you know, in this candy split up and fractioned out. We're not gonna get a lot out of this. Remember, there was only like probably not even 600 mils of 40% ABV in there when we turned it on. Right now, we're still getting interesting flavors, so I guess we'll keep on trucking for a little bit. But my guess is we're gonna be turning off very soon. I'll get this proofed down to 40%, 45% ABV, and I'll rope Erin into tasting it tomorrow with me. The Tootsie Roll alcohol has finished distilling. It's been proofed down to 45%, left overnight. We have this one here and a little something for later over here.
For later.
get stuck in.
You mean at 9:30 in the morning?
Have a try, yeah. I mean, come on, you're a professional now.
Does not smell like Tootsie Roll.
You don't think so?
Is it supposed to?
There's no supposed to in neem spirits.
Definitely tastes like Tootsie Roll. That'd be like a really nice coffee something. Put that in coffee. It's not overpowering. Maybe because I've been eating Tootsie Rolls.
It may not have been the best idea, come to think of it. Yeah, it smells kind of like weak, wet Tootsie Roll. Doesn't smell great.
Yeah.
All that old Tootsie Roll.
Yeah. I wouldn't pick Tootsie Roll if I didn't know when smelling it. It just would have been like baking chocolate, baking smell, like some kind of sweet baking thing.
Kind of weird caramel. But the taste is pretty on point.
Yeah, the taste is really good. I taste that and I instantly think spiked coffee for some reason. Like that would be really nice in coffee.
I can see that for sure. It's funny, I don't think, compared to some of the other meme spirits we've done, like the Old Bay last time, that just straight up tasted like liquid Old Bay.
Yeah.
This tastes like Tootsie Roll, but
You would never pick, I don't think anyone would ever pick it.
As Tootsie Roll, no.
No.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but out of everything we've distilled for meme spirits, I think I'd be most likely to actually use Tootsie Rolls as an ingredient in a mash.
Yeah.
Like a little teeny tiny bit of that in a whiskey.
Yeah.
Or in a rum.
I mean, Tootsie Rolls smell like a lot of the ingredients you have.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a more effective chocolate malt.
Yeah.
All right. You want to try that one?
Yeah. Is the rain interfering?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. It's raining. It might be a little bit loud on the mic. Hopefully the lav mics are doing their thing, though.
That just smells like chocolate. Wow, what did you put in there?
It's my secret
It
recipe.
doesn't taste like milk, but it feels like milk. That's really good. That would be perfect for coffee. I don't know what it is, but that's really good.
That's also 50-odd%.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't taste like 50%.
You want to have a guess what it is?
No, I don't know. You mix it with whiskey. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
It's literally just Tootsie Rolls dissolved in vodka.
Oh, wow.
But check it out. Have a look on the ingredients on the back of that packet.
Sugar, corn syrup, palm oil, milk, cocoa, whey.
It has condensed skim milk.
Oh, I skipped the condensed part.
Yeah, so it does kind of come across like milky, right?
It feels milky.
Yeah.
It's weird. It doesn't really smell or taste like milk, but it feels like milk consistency. That makes sense.
Erin's back to eating Tootsie Rolls, so
so
unless you
good.
want to listen to her chewing for the next 4 minutes.
You could just have this. You don't need this.
I said at the very beginning of this video, I get the feeling it's going to be easier just to dissolve Tootsie Rolls in vodka.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And if you're going to drink it as Tootsie Rolls, I think that's the go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. The more I think about this, and it's kind of put me on the spot, the more I really do think that maybe Tootsie Rolls and banana and rum could actually not be meme spirits. It could actually just be delicious.
How do you make that? Do you put this in there?
No, I just dissolved the Tootsie Rolls into the mash. So Erin's now chewing Tootsie Rolls. I'm going to put the Patreons up over here. Thank you so much for being the people that support us day in, day out. We thoroughly freaking appreciate it.
Thank you, Patreons.
Yeah. Oh, she managed to stop chewing to say thank you. She must really care. Anyway, we'll catch you next time, guys. Keep on chasing the craft. See ya.